Hello, the Keto family, welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the easiest and fastest sugar cookie recipe that is absolutely outrageously tasty. If this is your first time with us, welcome. Consider subscribing down below. Hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any upcoming content. Let's get cooking, guys. So as promised, guys, these cookies are so simple. Make sure you preheat your oven to 350 and we're gonna get right into it. So I get 2 cups of sifted almond flour. Always sift your powders and your flours. You don't want to be biting down into any little chunks of baking soda or flour. I mean, that would ruin it for you, right? So we're gonna mix all of our dry ingredients together first. I have 3/4 cup of granular monk fruit. You can use any sweetener you want. You can make it more sweet, less sweet, but I find this to be, with monk fruit, about the perfect sweetness. Other sweeteners might not taste quite as sweet. All right, and next I got a teaspoon of baking powder. All right, now this last one is a bit of an experiment for me because although these cookies taste delicious, they tend to be just a little bit on the crumbly side. So I got a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. I'm trying to give them a little stability, help things stick together. But if this doesn't turn out right, you will never know because I'll cut this clip. But I'm going to try this out today. If it does work, wonderful, we learned a new trick. All right, so let's get this mixed up real fast. You always want to mix your dry ingredients first before you incorporate your wet ingredients. Otherwise, some of those dry ingredients might not disseminate properly throughout the whole thing, especially that baking powder. All right, so I got a second bowl to mix the wet ingredients together first before we put them in with the dry. That is a 1/2 stick of melted butter, 1 egg beaten. Now a little tip, don't melt your butter. Immediately put the egg in because you don't want to cook your egg in it. That might lead to little white chunks. And then here I got a teaspoon of vanilla extract. All right, let's get this mixed real fast. All right, now pour them together, we'll mix it up. Nope, one thing I forgot to do. Add a pinch of salt to it. There we go. Now we'll mix it up. All right, that's all good and mixed. So now here you have a couple of options. You can take the dough as is, put it on a cookie sheet and pop it in the oven. That's perfectly fine, that's what I'm doing today. If you find it easier to work with or if you want to try and make shapes or something out of it, you take the dough, you put it in the refrigerator for about an hour. You can put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes. It'll make it hard so you can, manipulate it a little bit easier. But I'm not going to do that. All right, guys, so for this, we're just going to take some dough. If you want to be extremely accurate with this, you can take your total weight of your dough, weigh it, divide that by how many cookies you want to get out of it, and that way you can weigh each cookie so you know how much you're getting. I'm not that strict with it, but if you're really strict with your macros, you might want to do that. Otherwise, I just take it, roll it to a ball, flatten it out, and put it on the cookie sheet and make it pretty. Simple as that. I don't have any problems working with this dough. That's why I don't bother freezing it or putting it in the refrigerator first. I think I make this recipe at least once a week. My daughter loves grabbing these. She gets home from school and there's not crackers or something in the pantry and she's not feeling like beef jerky or a cheese stick, she'll grab the cookie. And the carb count for these, the net carbs, is actually really extraordinary. I think it comes out to be like 0.6 per cookie, something like that. I'll make sure I have that in the description below as well. All the nutritional information is going to be in the card at the very end. Also, the complete recipe I'm using today will be in the description below in case I missed saying something or say something wrong. This has been known to happen. I've said the wrong measurement before. So one thing I noticed that I can only fit 8 or maybe 10 on one cookie sheet, so you might need to make sure either A, have a second cookie sheet, or B, just run this through your oven twice. Either which way works for me. Now, with the cookie sheet, I did forget to mention, I don't put parchment paper down on this cookie sheet, and I don't spray it with anything. This is a really great non-stick cookie sheet. I haven't had anything stick to it yet. However, if you have issues with yours, if you don't have one of these extraordinary cookie sheets, which cost me all of $10, then make sure you put parchment paper down or you line it or something like that. Because Something worse than a cookie stick and you try to pull it off and it just crumbles up on you. Alright guys, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I got these all rolled out. Altogether I got 12. I just have a second cookie sheet sitting over there. And last thing we're going to do, which I consider to be a very important step, but it is optional. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to, is I take the monk fruit and I sprinkle a little bit on top of each cookie. This just really gives it that sugar cookie feel and taste. Alright, that's all done. I'm going to stick these in the oven. They're going to cook at 350 for 10 to 15 minutes. Really, after 10 minutes, I start watching them. I put them in for like 2-minute increments after that. I think last time I made these, they cooked for about 12 to 13 minutes. I'll let you know when I get back. I'll see you guys soon. Alright, so these have all finished cooking. As you can see, they are perfect. 1 or 2 of them did get a little bit brown on the edges. I checked them at 10 minutes. They didn't look quite done. So I put them back in for another 2. Maybe I should have just stuck with 1 because, I mean, they're perfect. Just a little bit brown on the bottom, probably slightly more brown than I would like. But they are absolutely delicious. So the xanthan gum works. So I don't have to cut that out. It worked great. Because before they were so soft, they would almost crumble, like just fall apart in your mouth, which they tasted delicious, but they need a little more texture to them. And just that 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, it did the trick. These have a nice, wonderful chew to them. They don't crumble, and the flavor is outstanding. So it is a definite win. I highly recommend you do it. If you like your cookies softer or more crumbly, then just leave it out. Other than that, these things are perfect. Guys, I hope this was a nice quick video to show you some of the best sugar cookies that I've personally made that weren't store-bought sugar dough. But, alright guys, that's it for this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up down below. It helps other people find my content. Also, feel free to share this video with anyone that you know that likes to make cookies. Everyone can use a sugar cookie without the sugar, am I right? Alright guys, I'll see you next video. Bye!